We all remember the Great Recession and its rock bottom lows in March of 2009. But since then, we've had a pretty good run. So where are we now and where could we be headed? That is the key. Here to discuss this is wealth strategist and tax attorney Rebecca Walser. Welcome back, Rebecca. How are you?
I'm great, Nellie. Thanks. Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. And I'm really glad we're talking about this today because let's kind of break it down. Where have we been and where are we right now?
Yeah, absolutely. And where we are right now is what we really want to focus on. But let's bring up a chart. We do have a chart. It goes back to 92 really, but it starts in 95, really with starting of the dot-com tech bubble. What you can see is that we had a really high run-up in that period, followed by a significant loss. Then we had dereg, housing, too big to fail, we'll name it all those things, run up, and that happened, and then that was March 9, 2009, where we had the trough, minus 38%. And now we're having this trend that we've had since March of 2009, where we've consistently been going up and up and up. And in fact, we've had the highest highs in last month, August 11th, so 2 months ago now. We actually had simultaneous highs of the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, and the Dow Jones all on the same day, August 11th. So that has not happened since 1999.
Oh, I was going to even bring up the highest of highs because, I mean, look in there. That's, I mean, while it seems wonderful and great, there's got to be a downside I'm waiting for here.
Well, it's interesting you say that. We do have a chart that we can bring up. And so we did have a death cross, and that happened this past May. What a death cross is when the 50-week moving average drops below the 100-week moving average. So the short-term average drops below the long moving average. That's only happened twice in the last 2 decades. It happened in 2001, preceding the 2001 correction. It happened in 2008, preceding the 2008 correction. And it has now happened again just a few months ago. So when you only have something happening twice in 2 decades, you only have the NASDAQ, the S&P 500, and the Dow all having simultaneous highs on the same day. It hasn't happened since December 31st, 1999. We've got some ominous signs happening with our market.
I was going to say, so how can, is any correction, any market correction that can kind of happen along with this? I mean, if we see it coming, and that was a great graph right there.
I would say that what we have is we have a long bull run period here, the longest in our history. Also, at the same time, we had the lowest interest rates they've ever had, ever in the country. For the longest amount of time, we call it lower for longer. Those two things happening simultaneously, along with the death cross warning, along with the simultaneous high on all 3 indexes. These are all signs that investors need to be quite heeding, in my opinion.
Well, you know, of course, we're giving the information, we're painting the picture of what's going on, but there's always that question, how is it going to affect me? How's it going to affect our viewers at home?
So I would say if you're 20, 30, 40, and you've got still a long-term investment horizon, you're not necessarily worried about a 30% correction because you can actually buy more at that point and stay in and do the recovery. But if you are 50s and pre-retirement, you need to be having a serious conversation if it's time to make some adjustments to your portfolio.
And, you know, talking about this and making the adjustments and things, is it a time to be nervous? Do we need to be worried? Or do we just need to focus on being proactive right now? I mean, mentally, how should people prepare?
Well, I really think it depends on what they're doing. If they're just saying, well, gosh, I should do something, and they do nothing, then they should be nervous because that is a problem. If they have a proactive plan in place, if they're talking to somebody like our team and making the adjustments they need to make, then they should feel confident that they've made those adjustments and they're prepared.
Well, I would much rather be in the boat of being confident and not worried. So of course we need to bring up talking with your team and how you can help. And how can people get in touch with you? What's the best way?
The best way is to really just call our office, 866-92-WEALTH, and obviously email us, info@Walser Wealth. You know, we're right here. We're a national firm, but we're right here based in Central Florida and Tampa, and we'd love to talk to them.
Well, I love the background information. I like the forecast. You broke it down for us and told us what we can do to help.
Yep.
Rebecca, as always, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Natalie. Thank you.